For the second time in 1 week, a Baltimore City neighborhood has been targeted by juveniles. First, a woman is captured on surveillance camera screaming for help as she is surrounded by suspects. And now Baltimore police confirm a food delivery driver was carjacked at gunpoint. Alexa Ashwell has what we know about the case and reaction from neighbors.
I got a possible carjacking, 216 South Bouldin. Says she's got a gold four-door sedan. Says robbery carjacking that got carjacked by two men. Dark hoodies, masks, number one males.
That's the description neighbors were left with after Baltimore police confirm a food delivery driver was carjacked at gunpoint here on South Bouldin Street in Highlandtown this past Saturday evening.
I found out the next morning there was an investigator going door to door, and I was already outside, and he stopped and asked me a few questions. He asked the neighbor a few questions, or our neighbors. You guys see anything? Is there surveillance? Does anyone know anything? Anyone hear anything? Where were you between the hours of 7 and 8? He thought it was an Uber Eats driver, and that around that time, two kids came and carjacked them.
The two armed suspects, both believed to be juveniles, and both still on the run.
It was surprising, to hear about it, especially right here.
Unfortunately, a crime similar to this has happened before. Just days before the Uber Eats driver was carjacked at gunpoint, police say juveniles targeted another woman just a block away. Surveillance video from a neighbor's doorbell camera captured the moments juveniles surrounded Beverly Brooks, also on South Bouldin Street, back on October 28th.
I was actually on the phone with my mother, and once we finished talking, I pressed the button to turn the phone off, just grabbed my stuff, and I pushed the door open, and a young gentleman came up to me, and he had his hand down his shorts a little bit like he had a gun, but it was his finger. And he said, "Give me your," I actually jumped at first because I thought it might have been somebody I knew playing a joke, and I'm like, you scared me. And he's like, "Give me your keys, ma'am." I'm like, "No," and I balled my keys up really tight, and I just kept screaming, "Help, help," like 10 times at the top of my lungs.
Brooks says the juveniles ran off and have also yet to be arrested. That's 2 attacks, one successful at the hands of juveniles just days and 1 block apart here in Highlandtown.
You've got kids that are running around and they don't have the threat of a consequence.
These crimes happening in the midst of a juvenile crime crisis that has landed the Department of Juvenile Services under the microscope. The attack on this woman occurred just days before the new juvenile justice laws went into effect November 1st, but the carjacking of the food delivery driver after.
We want to see more transparency around the process of what's happening with especially the kids, the juveniles. We want to see accountability, truly accountability. Let's not just talk about it, but they're just, they need to tighten things up.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.